to 2025, and I'm back here on YouTube full of new mojo for art. And I thought, what a great way to start 2025 for me, to show you, looking back at some of the work I've been doing in art journals last year. And it's kind of to give me a kickstart to start off my art this year, because I have been having a 2 or 3 month break where it's just been so busy. It's summer here in Australia and I just haven't had time for art. So it's time to get back into things. So I've been reminiscing through some of my old sketchbooks, and I thought I would go through them with you and then see how that is going to inspire my next painting. So I'm just going to go through these really fast. This is my sort of everything sketchbook. Here I've got from December 2023, so more than a year ago. This was a holiday home we had, so I don't know if I've shown you this before, but this is just watercolor and colored pencil. That I wanted to capture the essence of looking out through the holiday home. When I look at this picture, I absolutely love it because it brings back so many memories. This was on the same trip. On the way home, there was a storm and there was these windy trees that all sort of slid to the side, like they grew to the side. And again, just watercolor and color pencil. I just really wanted to capture the memory of those trees and that storm rolling in. This was when I was back home and I just decided to draw the old shack that my father-in-law had, because there's one thing having photos, but another thing when you actually put some heart into a drawing and just gives a nice feeling. Then I got sick, so I sort of did a sort of life drawing here. Again, I think I was still sick, so I had to draw what was out of my window, and this truck rocked up opposite my living room window, so I quickly drew it down, and then once he had driven off, I was able to come back and just put in the trees and color in all the details. And I actually really like this drawing. It's quick, it's sketchy, and it's definitely my style, where I love to be very loose and sketchy. This was my living room, probably still sick at this time, so yeah, just chair, coffee table, record player, you know, pot plants. My husband sitting in his recliner chair watching TV. This is the living room window where I saw that truck across the road. Me with my feet up with my little buddy here. And then this is actually a painting I got off of the wall from that shack that I took home, and I just wanted to do my own painting of the painting. So I did that. This is just watercolor with a bit of pen, I think, and a bit of pencil for details. My living room again. This is my, entertainment sort of area. This was back working with my daughter in the dog salon. This is capturing her at work. I was waiting for the next customer, so I got a lot of this done and then finished it later on. This was a holiday we went on back this time last year. We left from Sydney. We flew into Sydney because we're not from Sydney, so this is the Sydney Harbour. The Sydney Opera House, and the Sydney Harbour Bridge is just over from this, and I got that in. And then we were on our cruise, and this was my first breakfast. So this is all watercolour. And I won't describe everything to you. I'll try to go a bit quicker now. My husband went to the hairdresser when we were on shore. This was a man on the cruise getting ready for dinner time, and he was decorating the food stall. This was a three-man band for the entertainment on the cruise. They were really good. I love them. This was some landscape. Yeah, it was a Australia to New Zealand cruise. And it was very dreary and wet. Tugboat I saw. This was in Christchurch, so one of their trams, and they had these beautiful little shops. And that was leaving the harbour. That was at a Maori village where they have hot springs. In the museum. So it's just a kind of everything sort of book. Here I started at Emma Carlisle Patreon class, so we're drawing frogs. And then quick cats. More cats. Emma loves cats, so I decided to do a big sort of alley cat. Still life. And this I started getting into oil pastels, so another cat. And Emma Carlisle, this was her stamps on Patreon. And Piggies. I did this on a different bit of paper, so I stuck them in. Quick Pigs. Another cat. And a chair off of Pinterest that I liked, and I tried to do it in oil pastel. Sort of messed up a bit, but still looks good. And this was an artist book that I got, and I tried to copy his style. I ended up with this really fat, huge pigeon. And then this is where I take my dog for a walk regularly, and I just decided to do it in these bright, fantastic colours. And I'm really feeling landscapes at the moment, so that's probably what I'm going to be doing. And this one was just the other day. This is my first bit of art for January. It was a finger painting because I watched Sandy Hester. Decided to do a finger painting of an old photograph of me and my two daughters, and there was an owl sitting on my daughter's lap. It was at some sort of wildlife show, and yeah, it looks nothing like us. But I do like the looseness of it, and yeah, I do like it for some reason. Most people would probably laugh, but I actually really liked how it turned out. It wasn't bad. So that's that one. But I've been inspired by this one. This one was a Helen Wells class that I did. Can't remember if it was a still life class, something like that. And we had to gather things from around our house, take photos of them, make studies of them, and where are those studies? Like this. And then just put them in different arrangements and try to abstract them. So a vase, a chair, a table, and this was like, I made it into a cloth, but it was actually a dress. This here is, the pattern was from a dress, but I made that into a rug. This pattern was in one of my dresses. So yeah, this is Helen Wells, if you follow her. So that was one of her classes she does on abstract still life, I think it was called. But this one is what's inspiring me today. I've got my acrylic paints ready in my other sketchbook, and I want to do this very loose and sketchy. So this is, as you can see, quite tight. So that's what's inspired me today to do. I also have this old sketchbook, 2023, and I have some landscapes here that I'm looking back on, really loving the loose sketchiness of. This is just markers and more markers. This is the Barossa Valley Ranges, and that's in the Barossa Valley Ranges. And yeah, I'm just really loving the sketchy looseness. That one's more tighter. This again is an area that I walk my dog. I love, again, all the colors I've put here. And I've done this picture several times in some different journals. These three trees always really inspire me. So, and this pathway, I've done it a few times. But there's a lot of Helen Wells inspired things in here, some of my own ideas as well. But it was predominantly the landscapes that have been inspiring me lately, because when you get back into art, you sort of kind of think, what do I want to do? Because I do a bit of everything. I do landscapes, I do still lifes, I do abstracts, you know, I do people. You know, sometimes you need something to grab onto to go, oh, I don't know what to do. So the landscapes are inspiring me, but I like to go out in real life and take photos of an area and then come back and do them loosely in painting. That's how I work. Or sometimes I do them in the car, but because it's hot at the moment, I can't do that, because it's just like you can't idle your car there, or, you know, if you switch your car off, you can't have your air conditioner going, and it's just too hot. So I need to take photos of an area, come back and do it. The other person inspiring me at the moment is Sonia Britton, is it? I love Sonia Britton. She's right up my alley. Love all her videos. She's like me. She does everything. She does people. She does still lifes. She does abstract. She does everything. She works in gouache, in acrylics, in pencil, whatever, you know. And she has these altered sketchbooks, and I've run out of sketchbooks, so I started this one yesterday. I pulled some pages out to allow for the paint layers, and I did this one yesterday. It's just an abstract, and I decided to put in like these sort of abstracted flowers. So I really enjoyed just having a limited palette and just doing wherever my mind took me, wherever my brush took me. So that's the first one of the year. And then for today, because I didn't feel like doing an abstract, I found this in an old sketchbook from last year. So I decided to cut it out and stick it in this one. So I'm just going to write the date as today's date. It's a bit of a cheat, and you know what? Be kind to yourself, and if you don't feel like doing something one day, I don't care. I'm going to get some of my old art and stick it in my new book. So I'm hoping to do an abstract every day to warm up, except for today. Because today I want to show you a bit of my painting of this. So like I said, I want to do it really, really loose. And yeah, see how it turns out. So to do it really, really loose, I'm going to have to use a large brush. So this one here is probably my largest I've got on hand, and it's got a very long wooden handle to it. So I'll try to use the very end of it to stay loose. And I've got a pot of water here. And I'm just going to start sketching it out right with this brush. And I don't care if things turn out wonky. I want them to be wonky, actually. And all of this stuff is from my home, so I kind of know what it looks like anyway without looking at the reference. But I know that this chair is mint green and it's in my bedroom, so I do want to have that mint green. And I love this chair. So I'm going to start with that. So I'm going to keep the composition the same. And I'm just going to be very free with it. And there's a pillow there, so then I've got these legs. It's very hard to be precise, as you can see with the big brush, so that's where I'm going to get nice and loose. And then I have so that's my chair. And what I might do is I might put in the pillow. Now for the details on the pillow, I might go for a slightly smaller brush just because I'm not going to get any detail at all with this fat brush. But still not go to a very small brush. I'll maybe go for this size. If I really want a detail, you know, I might go for something more like that size. So we'll see how that one goes for the detail on the cushion. Now I'm just thinking, because it was a black and white cushion, so I'm going to go in the white and just kind of put my cushion in. There we go. Okay, so I got that cushion in, which is good. Comes out a little bit more. And I can, the thing with acrylic, you can go over and over it if you want, if it's, you know, you can still see the green behind it. Now I'm going to get my rug in, which was, well, the dress was orange with black, but I think I'm going to go red, you know. Just mixing up some paint here on the side. You probably can't see, but I'm just going to get that in. So it came out to about here. Going down here. And that's where the table stood. And then there's a line here. And a line here. Okay, so I've got my outline of my rug. I can then go in and colour it once I've done the design. So I might go a little bit smaller in my brush. I might grab that one that I showed you. And I'm going to use a Payne's Grey, not a black. And it was really just these flowers. And then it had these kind of snake, reminds me of Snakes and Ladders or Beetlejuice kind of. I don't know, is there something in Beetlejuice that has this kind of pattern? I don't know, it's just Beetlejuice is coming to mind for this snaky type pattern with the black and white blotches. And then there was kind of like a pattern here. And I'm trying to do this quick as well because it's on camera. So I'm definitely going to be loose. So if you don't like loose paintings, you might want to just end the video here. So this kind of had polka dots. I'm just going to leave some areas white if I can. Trying to be quick, and the thing is, when you are loose, you got a lot more expression in your painting, but you can always, if you're hating it, you can always go back in and add more detail. And it just has these like little shapes here. Okay, so I've got, there is one more comes here, like this, and again it It's got this. See how I can't be tidy? I can't be tight. So I wonder if my white is dry enough yet to do what I want to do on it. So has this palm type tree. And another thing is, if you want to be loose and just have fun like I do, is don't go over things too many times. Just put it down and let it be. Like, if it's not 100%, it doesn't matter. It's called painting with expression. And my favourite artists are the ones that paint with expression. I think that's the purest way to just have fun while painting. I used to be one of these people that painted very tightly and wanted it to be photographically, yeah, like a photograph, I mean. And I mean, I got quite good at it, but it was hard on my brain. Just, yeah. So there I have that part, which I might, because this pillow you can't really see it, I'm going to outline it, I think. Just not the whole thing, but just so you can see that, yeah, that's the pillow now. Yeah, see, I'm trying to go back over it now and add more details, and I shouldn't, because that is what's going to tighten it. So I don't want to tighten it. So I'm going to get some more of this mint, and now I can go in and carefully. See how quick I'm doing it? I'm painting like a child. Love it. And then there's some detail on these legs, which are just kind of like lines. I just want to put them in. There we go. I'm happy with that. And then there's a line here. Kind of like some knees, isn't it? And then I'm kind of missing this back leg, because on my other picture, if you see here, like it was the end of the page, so I didn't bother putting in that back leg, but because I'm more over, I do have to put that, back leg in. Not too like that. Happy with that. Very happy with that. And I'm loving how loose it is, guys. I'm loving it. So I'm going to have to let this dry before I put the red in. So this is how I work. I do my basic shape, and then when it dries, I can come in and paint the inside of the picture. If that makes sense. And this might have to be 2 parts, guys, because I'm looking, this has been 25 minutes and it's pretty long for a YouTube video. So I'm just thinking if I can get any more in at the moment. Maybe I'll do the table in the background. So up some brown here. Okay, I'm just going to put this table in how I've got it. So it's coming out like this. I should use my bigger brush so that it all, I should use my big pot of water, because I've only got this tiny pot of water and it's so dirty so quickly. Normally I use a big red Tupperware container, and it has 3 divisions in it, And so I get basically 3 pots of water. So once one's dirty, I can use the other sections. So then I've got my pot here. Yeah, my pot is about there, so I'm going to leave a gap for that. And then I come over, and then I've got a plant here somewhere, and then I've got that part of the table. And then, yeah, about here I come back. I've got a pot. I come back here. So there's my table. And then, yeah, you can see a bit of a leg there. And you can see a bit of a leg there. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there for now. And if you want to see me complete this very loose painting, very fun painting, come back to part 2. Okay, thanks for watching, guys.